Hello and welcome. Currently that of the third day of March, 2021, 8:16 p.m. Eastern. My name is Derek and this is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades, and amongst the like, well, that's within each's own risk and their own reward. It's been a while since I've done a video. I have been busy in the markets. I've been a little busy as well, but not too spectacular. But let's go over silver and the cryptocurrencies, at least most of the cryptos that I cover on the channel. Within silver, and it's been in this sideways range since entering it in the middle or 2/3 of the way through July. The range is between 22 and 2/9 or 22.22, we'll say, up to, we'll say 30. Right now, it is had a recent test of that level with a high of $3.35 on the 29th of January. Since then, it showed a lot of strength within the 18 average of highs, but had a breakout attempt here, 22nd, 23rd, not doing such, breaking down on the 25th and showing a few days within the 18 average of lows now. But again, within this range, and it's in the middle part of it now, as if this level of support doesn't hold, they'll be looking for this lower level. There's been multiple areas that have been hit, 24 medium change, and all the way again down to 22 and 2/9, which has been hit twice. And then the Fibonacci level below that, really 20 even psychological number. I would consider the next key support if the 22 handle does not hold. On to Bitcoin. Way back when. It wasn't really all that long ago. Start of October of last year, half a year ago or such. Bitcoin is noticeably above 10,000. 5x higher now, 51,400 change. What kind of correctionary moves has it had within this run? It's been in a beautiful run up, a little bit here. Beautiful run up here. And within it, you can see it hit the 18 intra-day on those couple of days. More longer correction in here. Beautiful run. And currently in that of a correction. That's what the 18 average really states to me. It's going sideways. The major trend has been that of higher. And it had a few days just grinding its way lower, battling this more shorter term and making new lows, but not by much, and not for that. Definitely, as far as rate of descent or aggressiveness, volatility, not much. What's the volatility? That's what I've used before. On the gain of March the 1st, a couple of days holding, grinding its way higher ever since. Amongst the hourly term time frame, we can see at the end of February, start of March, having this nice little move, establishing resistance at about 49.7, getting above it in today's start of today's session, and then it's just been holding and staying, supporting where we came from as far as resistance on the 19-hour stamp on March the 1st. And within this, it's in a correctionary phase on the hour, correctionary phase within the daily. The weekly and monthly is in an amazing uptrend, of course. I don't think it's even officially touched the 18 average since it lifted off from it from that 10,000 level back in October. So overextended most certainly, but within the overextension, there's been this correction, and if it starts going now, just the fact that we've had this one red candle is at least somewhat of a correction, still due for it, but at the same point, could most certainly go higher, and I stated a little while ago about Fibonacci upside that if this thing is for real, we could be seeing like 115,000-ish or so. Whether it happens within this move, we'll see. But right now, of course, buyers are in most certain full control of this market. Now let's move on to Theta against Bitcoin, moving into all-time highs, 7,964 Satoshi, as we can see on the monthly term time frame. On the weekly term, nice little breakout acceleration here. This is looking fantastic, showing all the strength amongst 18 highs. And to me, this looks like she's ready for a bonkers move. I hope it is what the market does, is what the market will end up doing, of course. A lot of this support comes in here January 29th and like 3 or 4 more days after that. Nice little rally up here. Comes back pretty much to that same area again in two days. Both back to back on February 22nd and 23rd. And you can see here on the 22nd, just looking at the candles as it is, I don't have to go to 4 hour, 1 hour, or whatever shorter time frames to know what happened in that. Well, obviously went down, came back, and then it did it again the next day. And then within each day, it managed to recapture the move, and then staying many days within this 18th from that time on the 23rd, so the 24th through that of the 2nd, and then breakout of the 18 average of highs, and it's been holding it very, very nice, getting it above the key levels like 7100 or so. So if we take a look at this on the 1 hour term time frame, there was a breakout here at 1 o'clock in the morning. It came back down to like 7160 here at 9 o'clock in the morning on the 3rd. So it's been and a fantastic run. I think this is ready for significant gains. The price of Theta against the dollar is $4.09 now. Of course, this is at all-time highs, showing excitation of the 18 average as it is after this beautiful correctionary move. We'll see how this thing goes. Double-digit price, $10+ coming soon. It wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't surprise me if it didn't. In fact, I'm kind of expecting some sort of decent numbers. If it's not 10, like 8, 9-ish or so, ballpark area. And even just to get to 10 now, that's a 2.5x move. So if we take 4 divided by 2.5, you're going to get like basically 1 and change. And 1 and change is back here. So it would take the equivalency of a move from like here to here to go from, here to like 10. And it could even do better than that. I mean, this is a crazy, crazy market. This thing was priced in at like 60 cents back here. And how about the dime price? Oh, this is 20. Here's the dime price that was on for quite some time. 10, 11, 12, 13 cents, even a little bit cheaper at this point. Fantastic, fantastic moves. HBar hash graph I'll put up next. 14.5 cents right now. And only so much data to show on the monthly. In fact, I barely got the 18 average of highs and lows, which is obviously breaking out above it from what we can see here. On the weekly term time frame, major amount of resistance was established between like 6 cents and like 8.2. And on the week of January the 18th, it got to that level, stabilized within, and now it's stabilizing a little bit higher than that. A little bit of a pullback on the February 22 week or previous week period, and now starting to lift off higher than that right now. On the daily term time frame, to me, this looks like the possibility of a nice breakout of the excitation of the 18 average of highs. And even short term, this thing has just started to break out very nice here. Amongst the 1 hour term time frame, nice little breakout as we can see here on decent volume. And still decent continuation going further, looking at this against the Bitcoin. We got 283 Satoshi right now, and same sort of move, of course, when we look at it against the Bitcoin. Single hour term time frame, same sort of move there. Daily chart, we've been in the sideways consolidation. Big support here, and that's a nice little move that I had to start the year. To go from near under 100 up to 354, which is not all-time highs. For the short-term period, we still even got to get up to like 300 and low change to meet this level of potential resistance. Getting above that, it would be 358, and getting above that, well, we'll see it on the more longer term. And I should calculate fib just because I know how to do it. High divided by low to the exponent of the key areas that you need to go to, and then you got a high here at 864 and a low of 91. So let me bring up my calculator and see what the key numbers are. So to the roots of, well, first is the 155 and 215. That would be 155 and 215. Well, the 155 was resistance here, resistance again, and then it was established, and oh my goodness, what a beautiful move. And a huge move to the point that we can see the next two key levels were 215 and 366. 250 is not resistance. I've said this before. If you don't have resistance where you're supposed to, you should go to the next key level. The high comes in at, looks like it pierced below. Not by much, 7 basis points, 359. So usually piercing extra, definitely not this time. And since then, it's establishing a lot of the support here and so on and so forth. So getting above the 366, I'm going to be looking for a move. You can see 508 is the 76.4. So a noticeable break above 500, I would expect, if it takes a break above this key level in here. And let's finish this off with PolkaDot. When I was a kid, I remember watching a show. Do at the PolkaDot door. Do the PolkaDot. I don't even remember all the extra words. And what really confused me, as a kid, and definitely not now, is, I remember my mom saying she really hated that show when I was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old or whatever, 7. Maybe definitely couldn't be more than 7. And I'm like, how could you not like this show? It's amazing, I remember thinking. And, well, I can understand now. I mean, she might have been having a bad day or something. That's why she said it. But, oh, that was, now we got PolkaDot, which is a dot. But it's a coin, and it's on the crypto trade like so many others. Coins go up, coins go down. And when there's situations where it's time to sell and buy in situations because price only pays. And, of course, when this goes up, I'll be looking for, I think spectacular gains will come through. And I think DOT will be in the case of having such short-term, 1-hour term time frame, all of these higher lows coming in. But since this last move up to the February 27th, the rallies have been there, but barely. This is a higher high technically over that, but really it's matching. Okay, this is barely higher than that. And this is barely higher than that. And this low so far, even though it went below that, has held most of these higher lows in here. An attempt now to re-get this back going in the last hour time frame, coming back down to where the area we came from. So it's a spot here where if you bought it like, say, 75 handle or something because of the breakout, okay, you're down to 74, so you're down a couple percent or so. Well, maybe it wins, maybe it doesn't, but I would definitely not, I don't know why I'd be stopping it. Now, I definitely got to at least think down to here, below the 18 lows. And if you're looking for the buyback, well, here's where you got it, but every single time this is a failed move, you're gonna buy and lose every time, in the sense of I wait for it to break out, come back to where we came from. Well, it's done just both those things right now. We'll see if this is an area of support. Of course, whenever I see something like this, you can use the shorter term time frame to give you indications that it's going to be nice little gain and really quick pullback as it is in there. And even within this decent sized pullback, just the 3 periods, and it hasn't shown much momentum. It's holding in there on the downside or within the downside move, which means very overextended to the downside or a little overextended on the 2010 stamp. Well, now if it starts going down, well, I wouldn't think it's overextended until we're down to like 73.1 handle or so. And so 1 minute term time frame, I'd have to see this get above the 18 average and do any of these types of all the necessary things for me to say that this thing is back ready to go. So that might be one way of looking at it when you're looking for the situation of get above this, come back to where you came from, and then wait on the short-term time frame to show buying opportunities as a possibility. But I just whatever, technical analysis kind of stuff. And I'm going to conclude the video. But again, I've been really busy. Most of the work that I'm doing is just like hockey stuff. So in here, I got a list of, these are just hockey lines of, these are the lines of the Canadian division. Just different statistics that I put in here. And that's really what I'm working with. And they've been putting up a lot of games this year compared to last year in the regular season. Last year, it worked out that there was like 1 game a day, maybe like 7 or 8, 9 games a weekend or week. Maybe the odd weekday there might be 2. And definitely on Saturdays and Sundays is where you get 2 games more often than not. That was in the previous year regular season. The stakes were relatively low last year too. Generally 140, 150 bucks a game with only 1 game. Sometimes it'd be good games. You can put like 4, 5, 600 or more on. And this year, 150 to 200 every game is the minimum stake. And like, yeah, today there's 4, tomorrow there's 5 games. So it's a decent amount of work to put in. And it's also kind of fun too. So I don't know exactly within the channel how I want to do this, do like a weekly reports and stuff. But the last 2 or 3 days, I'm like, man, I don't feel it. I got to wait for enough days or something big to happen. And then decent sized moves the last couple of days, but still only that. A lot of the moves have just been that decent. Alrighty, that will conclude it. And thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.